Hello and welcome to a slightly unusual video where I'm going to show you how I make a mission. For some reason people have actually asked me to make a video on that. I'm slightly surprised if anybody's interested, but you know, I figure fuck it, it's something different, I haven't done it. So what I've decided to do, I'm going to be using Vidda, which we're adding to our modpack fairly shortly. And I've planned out the absolute basics of the mission. Players are going to be starting over here, playing as Norwegians against Russians. Well, technically they're going to be against Churnerist Defence Force because they have a better winter camo. It's also going to be a Special Forces team who are going to be guiding laser-guided artillery under target. I'm hoping the artillery players will actually enjoy it. It's always a little bit difficult to do, but you know, they can shit talk and blow shit up with a big gun. Going to also have a helo, which I am going to be placing over here. Partly because it's a good long way out of the way and they can't just sling back and forth and grab ammo really fast. But also it's just a nice interesting little place to go. You can fly down the valley, swing in, land here, have a nice view while they're doing it, see a bit more of the map. So the plan for the mission is to have them come down like I've already turned myself around. Okay, come down here. I'm going to be having fortified tank positions, or armour of some description, because the tank position here, lovely view down the road. It's going to be horrible to deal with. Also having another tank, or I'm just going to call it tank. It's going to mean armour, BMP, tank, something along those lines. It's going to be another one if they continue to drive out. If the helo destroys the first one, they can drive out and essentially be completely destroyed and then complain that the mission was too hard because they were stupid. That's the kind of players we tend to have. Got another good one here that's... Oh, actually that rock might get in the way. It's going to get in the way no matter where I go. Unless I stick it on the... No. Sticking it on the rock is stupid. Could put it a little bit further up the hill, but I think that'll probably work where it is. Why don't I just chuck a T-72 down and find out for sure? Tank T-72. Yeah, that ought to be grand. Just check the sightlines in the gun. I mean, I don't want them to just have perfect sightlines on the players and slaughter them, but I do want them to actually be remotely useful. Which, you know, sometimes is tricky. Oh yeah, that looks like that's going to be good. I have decent on-floating fire pretty much all the way. Isn't there a way to light the optic up? Oh well, whatever. Just looks like it's not been blocked. Machine gun's probably the best way to test that. Yeah, okay, that's some really nice angle to fire, I think. Yep, that'll be horrible if they get that, and I shall have them protected in a little tank fighting position made out of Hescos, so it's not quite as easy to destroy it. Go away. And because they're going to have helo as well, you're going to have shulkers here, or at least a shulker. Yeah, it's one shulker in the first town and two in the second. So they'll have enough movement. They can use the hill there to mask. Can use a lot of this terrain over here to mask. And hopefully the SF team will make the shulker one of their priority targets. The tank there should have... Probably bring it forward a little. Yeah, they should have a nice field of fire when they get into the city itself. And I'll have quite a few infantry garrisoned around here, along with a couple of probably ungarrisoned vehicles. Well, vehicles can't be garrisoned, but you know what I mean. Free moving vehicles that I'm not going to be bothered controlling. So they can be a bit interesting and annoying to the players, because VCOM will make them move, hopefully. Yeah, okay, and then like 1 to 2 platoons spread out over this whole area is probably a decent number. It's always difficult to judge based on number of players because you never quite know how many there's going to be until you're probably halfway through the fucking mission. got a nice little BTR surprise if they head down this road. They'll... Oh, maybe it won't be that good. I'll figure it out. But I mean, with any luck, they'll definitely get shot if they come to this point. And probably be visible slightly through the trees, and if not, I can just fudge that. Yeah, that'll be fine. I mean, if they drive down that, they probably deserve to get shot, because, you know, they can just come up here and have a... Ooh! They can come in up here and have almost no visibility on it. That is terrible. I like it already. I'll probably dot like 2 squads garrisoned in the building, maybe some patrolling, some foot patrols. The other important thing to remember is I'm going to have SF, so I'm going to have some foot patrols along the mountains as well. But not too many, because I've made that mistake before and like set them up against 8-man sections and they got slaughtered. You know, no one's quite that good. Tank here will be good if they try to take this ridge as cover. The assault. That'll be another one that's good to have fields of fire over there. That's hopefully this. A lot of the difficulty of this is going to depend where the SF team go, because I'm kind of assuming they'd go here, because it's a nice little, lovely little Overwatch position on the town. I mean, look at that. They're going to have laser guided artillery to drop on things from here. It's going to be pretty good. But I'm going to also give the Russians artillery, because there's no fear if only the players have them. Probably going to hide one of these buildings and just set up like a 3-piece artillery park or something like that. Essentially just something so the SF team have got a second objective. Because their primary objective is going to be destroying any fortified tank positions. And maybe also shilkers. Though depending on how the air assets go, I don't know. But anyway, got a nice little fighting position set up here as well, or I will. It's going to have a good field of fire down there. Should I have one there as well? That's probably excessive. I could move the other one up here. Would that make much of a difference? Probably not, but I think I like the position a little bit more. Yeah, okay. They'll still have a good field of fire and be slightly better placed to support the attack on the town on the off chance it's still alive. And now that I think of it, I need to test to make sure that the laser guided artillery will actually kill a T-72, because that's kind of an important thing in the mission. We'll probably have like 2 platoons, maybe company strength dotted around the town, depending on how much of the town I want to use. Because it kind of just keeps going. Might make the end of it here. So, where's a cover map module? It's already set on that, good. So, I shall make all of that the AO. Not going to mind overly if the helos go outside it, so I'm not going to include the heli base. And yeah, I think that's probably a good point to leave it. Okay. Scooch it in a tiny bit so that house is just outside the AO. Maybe I should delete it. Yeah, it'll still show up on the map though. Anyway, I reckon that's probably a good good point to start that. So next step will be playable slots, I think. And since they're Norwegians, I don't think they actually have a snow camo from what I remember reading. Which seems weird, but I mean they're Norwegian, so I suppose you'd expect them to be a bit weird. Just for the sake of it, I might actually use the ADFU snow camo because it's quite nice. We don't get enough chance to use it. Because the enemy are going to be blue 4, I'll need to make us Indy or Op 4. Does it matter which? Actually no, because I'm going to be changing all of their gear anyway, so may as well just be AAF. So I shall just place the basic units down and get back to you. Okay, we're back. I have set up all of the units with basically the same, well I say basically, I mean literally the exact same gear, which is a rather nice snow camo, I've got to say. Quite enjoy it, even if it's probably not technically correct for Norway because they're not Australians, but yeah, whatever. Also given everybody the basic loadout of a 343, 8 basic bandages, 4 elastics, an epi, a morphine, and 2 tourniquets, as well as I believe 3 smoke grenades. Yes. So, what I'm going to do is now go through and manually change all of their gear, because everybody is exactly the same at the moment. So, I shall be back. Okay, I've gone through and given everybody fairly standard equipment, since pretty much everybody except the LSW is going to use the same guns. So it's going to be the 416 with the kind of nifty reflex sight, which is one I'd actually forgotten was in there and then was in the mission that LJ made the other day, which was really nice to use. So I've gone through and I've also given them a G17 because that's the pistol that Norwegians use. They have been given the standard complement of 1 mag in the gun and 6 spares, as well as 2 spare mags for the pistol and 2 frag grenades. Now, since this is being applied to literally everybody, I'll stop there. And because the CLSs are one of the first ones to get different equipment, I'm going to set that up. AMC Snow, yes. That uses... I can't quite remember how much the standard loader is. Hang on. If I can find it under all of this shit. The hell did I put the damn thing? This is why I need to open this stuff before, so that way I'll look a little bit more professional. Okay. CLS gets 10 of each bandage and 10 quick clots, right. No, not packing. Quick clot. Clot. 6 blood. There's 6 epi and 8 morphine, or was it the other way around? 8 epi and 6 morphine. And 4 tourniquets. Tourniquet. Right, that's their standard loadout. That should be the CLS done. Yeah, good, I've even renamed the unit, which is good. I'll leave the ARs till last. Marksmen are just going to be reclassified as riflemen, because I just put down standard AAF sections and just did the rename on them essentially. Make sure they're private, good. And those are going to be riflemen as well. That's the 2 I see. He has to be corporal. That is the Secco. He has to be sergeant. She'll leave the precise designation of squads until a bit later. W and make him private as well. Realistically, that makes absolutely no difference in terms of gameplay. It's just one of those little detail features I quite like to do because I'm obsessed and have too much time in my head. Alright, so that should be everybody with a name. Alright. So I shall go through. I might actually do the thing where I just give the command and 2IC the exact same gear. It's not because I'm lazy, it's because I'm trying to make a video faster. Totally that. 416 with 203. I usually give the leaders magnified optics, but I'm thinking maybe I won't this time. They're gonna complain. What am I saying? They complain no matter what I do. It was a shooting gallery. I gave you long range optics. We didn't have long range optics. We couldn't shoot anything. No, fuck it. I'll tell you what. I'll give them the magnified air tech. Mostly because I just like it. They will also have binocs, but not... should I give them rangefinders? I might be nice and give them rangefinders. Because that won't be a problem. It doesn't have laser designator, it's only got laser rangefinder, so it shouldn't throw off the artillery at all. Shouldn't. Fuck them, they're getting binoculars. I don't need NVGs, I'm sort of tempted to give it to them anyway, just for the look. Nah, fuck it. Okay, get GPS. Get a map, because I'm nice like that. Even get a watch. Tempted to give him the balaclavas. Nah, bugger it. Had some unpleasant experiences with faceware clashing when people have got it hard-coded into their character and before. Okay, the ILBE packs I need. That one's probably least wrong. I mean, I prefer the quote-unquote green, which I don't know about you, but that looks brown to me. But that's a lighter colour camo that probably... I wouldn't say it goes better, but I think it's less wrong. It's probably the best way to describe it. That's one thing I've got to do, give it... Before I forget, make sure they've actually got a grenade round so they have the exact amount of grenades I want them to have. Because, of course, they remove all the magazines when you change the weapon, even if they're compatible, which is a bit annoying. Go back through, but give them 3 standard mags and 3 traces. That's what I normally give leaders. 40mm grenade. Should I give them 10? Yeah, why not? There's going to be a lot of explosions in this mission between the artillery, the helicopter, and 40 mics. So I shall give them a 117 for long range. And I've just realised I need a JTAC. So what I should do is add you to that squad. JTAC. Thank you, platoon 2IC. Platoon commander. 10. In case you're unaware, that at 10 thing is how you define the name of the unit in the slot up screen. It's one of those nice little CBA features that they've added. Marksman. And also, the reason I'm naming things like rifleman, again, like these guys, that one's the rifleman, is just because otherwise if you don't, it shows like a number, say it'll say like 4 rifleman rather than just the word rifleman, which is just neater. Platoon medic. Make sure he is doctor. In fact, what I might do before I forget is copy the CLS loadout over and do the plat med loadout. I need a slightly bigger bag. Is that AMC carryall? Was that the biggest? Let me see, kit bag, that's the one I'm after. So, their loadout is 15, 10, 10. Basically double the tourniquets, 2 extra epi, more blood pack. And 10 small or 20 small? 10 small, good. Right, personal aid kit, yes. 4 extra tourniquets. No extra morphine, but that seems odd. Well, it's on the list. If they have a problem with that, it's just shit for them. Right, and they've got the pack. Give me his name now. Right. Unit signs, helipads, invisible. Then one. That's just to attach the helipad to the platoon medic, because we've got it set so you can only use a personal aid kit at the medical facility, which is attached to the platoon medic, so I have no idea why that's a thing. I've got it wrong. Ah, right. Fine. Do your code properly. Bloody Arma. In fact, since the SF team are going to need one of their own, she'll just make them right away. Claim SF medic. Claim med 2. Set him as doctor as well. And copy the loadout across. Because he's SF, I'll probably just give him a suppressor and call it a day. Oh, actually, I'll give him 2 suppressors. I'll do one for the pistol as well. Do sound suppressor 556. Don't think it actually makes the tiniest bit of difference. Okay. I shall copy the unit loadouts from squad leaders over. Do I want the JTAC to have a laser designator? I don't think so, just on the off chance it interferes with the artillery. Which means I should probably also use radar hellfires for the helo. Off the top of my head, I can't remember how to change laser code, so I know there's a keybind for it. But, you know, if I can't remember how to do it, the chances are that a lot of people aren't going to be able to either. So, fuck that. 40mm HE. I'll leave him with 3 just so he's got a little bit of extra combat capability. Yeah, what I'll do... I should give leader coloured smoke. I've had people complain about that before. Okay, so... give them... say 15 red smoke. 3 green and 3 blue. And I should give them... green and blue handheld smoke. It's just for JTAC, that is. Still debating whether to do this. Fuck it. I'm going to be nice. I'll give them rangefinders. That way they... yeah, they'll complain. They're always going to complain about something. Okay, smoke grenade. I don't have room for them because of all those 40 marks. 9 different coloured smokes. I reckon that's probably enough, along with the white smoke that they start with. Should I give them a red smoke just in case? They can sort of like... yeah, okay. 1 red smoke, so if they're stuck on the other side of a house to a tank or something, they can quickly ping it over the house, call it as a target. But they'll only be able to fuck up once with it. I can almost guarantee it'll happen. Any luck, the pilots won't be quite so dumb. At least ask if they can shoot the red smoke. Hope springs eternal. Okay, so that should be good for that. I shall give the marksperson a shiny 417 with XTR maybe? It's a nice long range optic. Yeah, righto. Always give my marksman tracer mags just because it can be a bitch to see the fall of shot sometimes. It's like giving... I mean 10 mags total. It's 200 rounds. If a marksman goes through 200 rounds, they're doing something wrong, aren't they? Either that or they're literally the only person doing something right. One way or the other, it's a bad situation. He, however, definitely needs a rangefinder. Particularly if we're going to reinstate ace ballistics. I don't know if we're even thinking about that for the short term. Okay, so Lat is just a rifleman with AT. So I shall give them a 136. 136? Yeah. Right. Now the ARs. Debating what kind of... they use minimize, what I remember reading. Wondering if I should give them our minimi. Actually no, because that's the one that's got the weird smoke inheritance, so you almost can't see anything after you've shot 3 times. Minimize. I mean, I do like the Apex one. I really do like the Apex one, it's cool. Yeah, I reckon I'll give them that, eh? I'll just tell them that they need Apex to use the LSW slot and, you know, fair enough. Okay, red tracer. Okay, you need a backpack. Sort of by mod still. AMCS kit bag. That's a lot of bullets. Our LSW would be fucking happy about that. I think that's probably going a little bit overboard. Yeah, 4 fit in the assault pack nicely. And they'll bring them up to the standard 6+1 layout that the rest of them have. Yeah, okay. Can you put a suppressor on that? Sound suppressor MG. Bingo. I'm liking that. Do a little one or a 5.56? I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter because, I mean, this would add an apex dependency, but the rifle's got, or weapon's got an apex dependency anyway, so all good. Hang on. Before I forget, do his pistol. Because otherwise someone's going to be a bit annoyed. Because they'll inevitably use it. The one time you give them a pistol and forget to give them a suppressor for it. Apply that. Give you your base sound suppressor. That looks like it's a little bit too far in. Base sound suppressor again. And just so I know for sure that I don't forget it, actually remember to give them the fucking laser designator. I might give that to 2 people. Just so they can actually try to exercise a little bit of discipline and not use the laser on both simultaneously, because they're idiots. It's going to happen. Sound suppressor 556. Okay. SFLSW. SF medic. Just arbitrarily decided to call the SF team Viking. Possibly racist towards Norwegians, but you know, they're Norwegians, so nobody minds. And he can just be a base rifleman. Okay, that's nice and good. These guys have just got the standard rifleman loaded, haven't they? Yes. I mean, they don't actually need anything else. What I might do is actually give them, give at least 2 of them the engineer stuff, just in case something happens to their guns. Okay, MCS. No, miscellaneous items. And toolkit. I'll be that one with a 117. I should probably just set the guns up more or less here. And again, D30 is technically incorrect, but they've got the most laser guided rounds, and that's kind of the point of this mission. Well, apart from, you know, the rest of it. Okay. What have I not done yet? There's the pilots to do, I know that. Rename the other War Master unit. 2. I do need to add the modules, which is probably a good thing to remember to do. Yes, auto start, yes. Virtual entities, HC. Alright. Zeus, Game Master. All add-ons including unofficial. Master 2. And admin Zeus. Just on the off chance. So that's all the stuff I need there. Should probably make sure my Zeus units have got radios and shit. You know, just in case somebody tries to communicate with me. Occasionally happens. In fact, come to think of it, I don't need a 343 at all. I need is the giant fuck off backpack. So I can carry 2 117s. So that way I can keep an ear on the platoon long range and the asset net. Whatever the fuck they want to call it this week. one. Okay, I think that's basically it, bar the pilots in terms of units. The MP5 I want. P5A5. May as well just keep that. Uniform, do I want... I might actually just want them to look like normal pilots. They don't really need much in the way of carrying capacity. So I shall give them the... Here's the bandolier. Sort by mod. Easiest way to find shit from base game. Chest rig. That always looks a bit weird with that. With a, what is it, hydration pack or something. Anyway, it'll do. They have... Give them 5 total mags for the MP5. Take away all the frags. Give them yellow smoke and flare for distress signal. Take away the standard smoke grenade, because they really don't need it. Still got a sort of a mod, good. Heli pilot helmet NATO. Actually, the CSAT one blends in better with the NATO camo, somewhat weirdly. No, that'll do. What do I want the... Ah, that one looks a bit silly. That one will do. No CSAT logo on or anything, is there? Nope. All good. And I shall give them... Black assault pack with a 117. Just decided they're called Raven. There's the leader, isn't it? Yes. And the big question is, what helo am I going to give him? I'm sort of tempted to give him the base game Comanche, because that's quite nice. And I shall make them both advanced engineers. Then, when they get shot to shit, manage to limp back to base. They don't have to bug me to repair shit. Okay, so they've all got suppressors. They're standard, they're right. Okay, I'd say that's player units done. So I might go and set up the helo. At the very least the helo area and be back. Okay. Managed to make a decision. Decided to go with the Comanche. Because just a nice little thing we don't use often enough. Decided to give him the Hot 3 ATGMs controlled by the gunner. So the gunner will have the standard cannon and 4 Hot 3s. They're trickier to use than fire and forget missiles. So you have to actually sit there and guide it onto the target manually. It's basically a tow. The best part about those is, if I don't want something to be destroyed, if I want to pressure the helo, I can just start hosing them down with machine guns. they'll panic and move. They'll miss the shot. Job done. It also means that with only 4 missiles before they have to rearm, they can't actually dominate the battle space themselves. Also decided to give the pilot 2 sets of Hydra rockets. Mostly so, it's always fun when you're the pilot, just to actually have something to shoot so you can say, hey, I'm shooting something. Make sure they're unlocked. All of that. And I've given them what I grandiosely describe as a universal service vehicle, which basically means I've set the rearm, fuel cargo, and repair vehicle, just all of the same shit on one vehicle, just so I don't have to mess around with 3. Just a little bit easier that way. I am going back now to set up the artillery positions. I'm going to use, may as well use the CDF ones. Turrets. Why are there some of these with I don't know. So, I shall, just to make it look like they're pretending they're going to defend it, I'll put a couple of sandbags around it. Military sandbag round. There, it's completely impregnable. That's really shit, isn't it? That's incredibly shit. You know what? I'm going to keep it exactly like that because I like it being incredibly shit. Make sure it's unlocked so people can actually get in the fucking thing because it's technically a different faction. As long as they're in the gunner, they count as being in a vehicle, so they won't overpressure each other being that close. And if they do overpressure each other being that close, when they're out of it, I'm just going to laugh at them, frankly. Also decided to, don't know if I mentioned before, put down a example enemy, just so they actually know precisely what they're looking for. It's technically not Russian, but you know Russians don't actually have a winter camo, which seems as weird as Norway not having a winter camo. Maybe it proves that winter camos don't work. But yeah, so they can actually see exactly what they're going up against, and I'll just say, yeah, that's what the Russians are wearing this season, because it's cool. I'm thinking that's all of the players done. All of their assets done. Except for their vehicles, I think. So I shall just chuck some helmets up here. Say helmets that people can go in, please. Make it the uncovered versions. Just mostly so people can get a look around at the scenery because it's quite pretty. I'll make 1 per section. And how big is the command brick? 5, isn't it? So I can't use a... bastards. I'll have to give them a Polaris. What I might do is also give them a little bit of extra stuff in the vehicles. They'll probably just use it immediately and then still run out of ammo because nobody's got any sort of trigger discipline. They called 30 round PMag or 5.56 30 round PMag. Oh, there we go. I shall give them 2 spare mags each. I'll make it 3. Or should I do the old box trick? Yeah, I like that actually. So I did actually clear that correctly, didn't I? Yeah, good. So what I shall do is give them a supply box. Ammo. That'll do. The chemlight box, so just in case it bugs out and goes strange. The only thing I'm going to get is chemlights, which will never be useful. $30 round. 5.56 PMag. So I'll give them 4 mags each. So that'll be 7 troops, and then the reload tracer red. Now I need 40mm grenades. Okay, that should be 4 of those each. Tempted to not give them smoke, but I probably should just in case. Did I actually give them white grenade smoke? I'm honestly not sure. I'll have to check that. Shall give them smoke grenade white. Just give them. No, I'll give them 2 each. Encourage them to actually use smoke for once. And M67 fragmentation grenade is the base game one. Although I don't know what the point of having CEP having their own is. Alright. You don't have white smoke there. You don't have white smoke there. Okay, good thing I noticed that. That's why it's always wise to double check your loadouts. Just chuck them straight in the backpack, that'll be grand. Smoke round white. Give them 5 of them. Yeah, I suppose I'll do it for the platoon as well. Less likely to be in direct contact, but you never know. If nothing else, they can also lay down a smoke barrage to help others advance. And or destroy the server, depending on how much smoke they put down. I don't think I want the JTAC to have much. I mean, they're basically a smoke grenadier as it is. Yeah, I'll still give them 5, what the hell. Their weight, 34 kilo, that's not too bad. If he complains, he can put him in the fucking car. Alright. And that's where the bandages are for some readily apparent reason, isn't it? No, they're under optics. Because that helps you see better. I don't know. Okay, so that's 2 each. 3 each. 4 each. 2 each of those. Do 2 litres of blood just for the CLS to top up. 1 spare epi and 1 spare morphine each. I can find that damn thing. Right, there we go. Probably no reason to give them extra tourniquets because, yeah, they've just got the they just recycle them anyway. It never seems hygienic to me, but okay. So that's LSW, riflemen, leaders, medical stuff. Yeah, okay, I reckon that's good. There's just going to be a crate next to each vehicle that they can load in at their leisure. And I will be watching the fuckers like a hawk if they just decide to steal somebody else's crate, or they don't use the last couple of trucks and just steal all of them. Because this one is a little bit... I'll give them a bit more with this because it's the platoon medic. I should probably give them a spare lat in each of these, shouldn't I? M136. Platoon can also have a spare one, just so that way if everybody blasts through all their fucking ammunition, it won't matter quite as much, because the platoon can say, here you go, you idiot. Okay. In fact, that can also work for the SF team, because they technically don't have an in squad lat, but they're going to be the ones going off first. I want to make sure they can deal with pretty much anything I throw at them. I don't think I'm going to have a vehicle, but you can never tell when the AI decides to just move. Okay. So that's the guns down, that's the transport vehicles down, that's the helo done. So team's kitted out. I think that is probably good for the first session of this. So, she'll say thanks for watching and see you around.